Hi, everyone.
Good morning, curling fans. This is the Utica Curling Club channel. I'm Roger Allett. I'm here with Julie Sinatry, and we'll be broadcasting today's championship finals of the Raymond Kayser Bonspiel here in Utica, New York. Our matchup this morning is Rob Cleese of Schenectady Curling Club against Courtney Shaw, Potomac Curling Club, and they had a really exciting set of semifinal games last night. Courtney Shaw dropped a 7 to break her game open late and make it into the finals. And Rob Cleese of Schenectady made a draw with a little rub to the forefoot with his last shot to win that game in a very tight one. So we're expecting a really great game today. Hope you'll enjoy the broadcast. And we're going to bring you the piping of the finalists in. We have 6 events going today, 4 medal events, and we'll bring that to you shortly. Have us muted for now.
Yeah.
Trouble is, it's hard to enjoy the game while you're trying to call it.
Yeah, I know it is. And I'm trying to make sure this goes every camera.
Do you want to check our assignments of the cameras? You want to cycle through and make sure they're doing the right things. So that's 1 is correct, 2, that's correct, 3, is that the correct house? This is the near house, is that correct?
Yep. Near house.
And then 4 is the far house. So we have them correct. Okay, my labels are correct.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, they are.
Right, because I got.
You have them right. Correct.
So 2 is the near house. No.
3 is the near house.
Oh, near camera. Far house, far camera, near camera. 3 is near house. Yeah, I have them labeled, right?
Yep.
Oh, no, I have those switched. I'm going to switch those. Okay.
Good luck.
It's Sunday morning at the curling rink, and we have the traditional piping in of the finalists.
We got most of our ice crew out there, Roger.
Yeah, almost our entire ice crew is curling this morning. And something warms my heart. I see Norwegian curling pants on
I
sheet
do.
three.
It should. I think they're more colorful than yours, Roger.
They are indeed.
Oh, say, can you see I'm the tenderly man? What's a bright blue hair as the twilight lasts? Who's got stars and bright stars? Who's the farewell? For the last of the light, we're so gathered these trees, and the rocks bright color of our first blue these blue by night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the last of the blue and the whole of the brave?
The traditional toast. That was Joseph LaBarbera with his mom, Teal. Teal usually does our national anthem, but Joseph, I think, is going to take over. Now Jen can give the toast.
And this is what our curling team calls the taste of Sunday. It means, when you drink the Drambuie, it means you've made the finals.
That's right. It's all about the music and the Drambuie, I think. About good curling, too.
All right, our feature match. The A Championship Finals for the Raymond Kayser Bonspiel. Mixed Bonspiel for curlers with 5 and fewer years experience in the Grand National Curling Club. That pretty much covers curling clubs from Maine to South Carolina.
Right now, our matchups: Schenectady 2. We got Rob Cleese as skip, Peggy O'Connor as vice, Dan Muller as second, and Christina Hall playing lead. For Potomac 1, Courtney Shaw is the skip of the team, vice Brian Breen, second Paige Roberts, and we have Jimmy Fallon playing lead. So the teams are sliding out, stretching out, getting ready for this A final.
We'll keep you updated on scores from the other sheets. We have Yang for Ardsley 1 against Mills, Broomstones 3. That's in the E final on sheet 1. On sheet 2, the Bean final is an all Utica affair. Doug Smith and Utica against Dave Mitchell. On sheet 4, we have our scene final, Fournier, Broomstones 1 against Hamilton, Rochester 2. Sheet 5, our D final. Rob Williams of Rochester, we saw him last night, had excellent draw weight against Beck, Philadelphia 2. And on sheet 6, our F final, Phil Citroniti, another all Utica affair.
Brenda
Oh, Brenda Citroniti, sorry. I promoted Phil a little prematurely.
Yes.
Brenda Citroniti for Utica 4 against Jim Rischel, Utica 3. And it looks like we're underway on sheet 3, and it looks like Rob Cleese will have the hammer in the first end.
We've got kilts and Norwegian curling pants and the Kayser team.
Lineup doesn't look right.
Huh.
What's going on here? Isn't that an illegal sequence?
I'm not sure if that's a legal sequence.
Better get.
Is it legal for them to have their
They're not alternating.
well, let's see. Tonight, Courtney is in the house, and Paige is throwing.
Lead rocks.
Right, but Courtney goes third rock.
Oh, Courtney.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So Brian's throwing fourth
Yeah,
stones.
yep. So Courtney's calling the game, but Brian's throwing the skip stones. Well, looks like it's coming right down to that back rock. It's got to come a little bit further. Well, they're behind the tee, Roger.
That Shaw sits 2. So just to get the lineups correct for you, Paige Roberts is throwing the lead stones. Jimmy Fallon is second for Rob Cleese, Courtney Shaw's Potomac team. Courtney's throwing third rocks and skipping the game, and Brian Breen is throwing fourth rocks.
It's a little wide there. It's going to get a little, oh,
Yeah, just a little outside on that attempt to remove those stones in the back.
so Courtney's calling for a guard.
It's the second Jimmy Fallon with the great pants. Mine aren't quite as bright.
Looks like a nice shot here. A little deep. Now they're putting
Throwing a guard over those stones in the back of the house.
Nice guard.
That's going to come in just to the top of the rings. Shaw's hits 3 now, here early in the first end without hammer. They going after a shot rock here?
It looks like it.
I think I'd like moving the one on the top 12.
Yeah. Opening it up.
Still early in the end.
Rushing hard.
Looks like they're going to get the top one anyway, and that's
yeah.
fine. Make sure they hit it thick enough to remove it from play. And the skip's going to give it a little sweep. Looks like Shaw still sitting 1 and 2. Shooter just rolled into the 12-foot, I think, for a third rock. And Courtney's going to ignore that rock,
yep.
And they're going to put that rock back up front. These rocks are behind tee line. They're not great steel rocks, but the one on the back 4 is pretty annoying, so throwing a guard over this really tight will pretty much force Cleese to peel.
This looks like a nice guard.
It looks like they're putting it back pretty much on the same line. In fact, they're going to probably walk that down to almost the same spot, I think. Hair deeper this time.
Deeper, yeah.
Well, there's a double opportunity here now.
Well, looks like what.
If they hit this stone just off the nose on the right-hand side, they should be able to get both stones in the 4-foot moving.
Second, Dan Muller. I go for this double.
Quite a bit of ice for that shot.
He's having to sweep pretty hard.
He may get right to the nose. Moves it back off the 4-foot. Looks like Shaw may still be shot hanging onto the back 4. Cleese is second on the top 4. Now there's a couple of blue catchers in the back of the rings. So this won't be a really easy shot to remove, but need to just cross over the face a little bit, and they need to send the stone out that direction. So I want to catch it maybe a little bit on the center line side. Avoid that jam in the back.
Courtney comes down for her first shot.
As we mentioned earlier in our intro, both these teams had very exciting games coming into the finals. On a very close game last night, Courtney Shaw broke open the game late with a 7 spot in the 6th end to take control. And Rob Cleese had to make a draw with his last shot and actually rubbed off a stone in the rings to roll to the 4-foot to pull out a very tight game in his semifinal. This one's hanging very wide. I'm not sure this is going to come back. And that goes right by everything.
Well, that gives Rob an opportunity now.
Gives Rob a chance here to set up his deuce here in the first end. Looks like the rock on the back 4 is certainly wide open. Of course, if you hit and stick back there, you'll be behind tee.
Looks like
I think he's going to go ahead and try to remove that rock on the back 4.
Yeah.
Just a little thought about the ice here.
Oh, he's going to tap it back.
Or tap up. Nice thing about the tap up is they'll be guarded and they'll hopefully still be above tee line.
Right.
So third, Peggy O'Connor with her first.
Seems
Going
like,
for the tap up, and they're caught in that same line, a little wide.
Yeah, it's coming. It's a little.
Looks a little strong.
Yeah.
And that pretty much takes the same line that Courtney threw. With that weight, those rocks ran,
Pretty
both
straight.
ran really
Yeah,
straight down that
yeah.
line. Those were both a little strong. So Courtney's going to take another crack at this stone on the top 4.
She wants to hit it on the.
Definitely want to roll to the left here.
Yeah. Maybe half buried behind her corner guard, or
Need to
right
avoid
above,
those jammers.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
think what you really want to do is roll in front of the
Then
rock
right
that's
to-
on the back 4. And
Set
then
up the jump.
that'll make that a little more difficult to remove.
right. Well, this is a little inside, Roger. They're holding it, but I think it's going to be on their back.
Looks like it's going to over curl
well,
right to the back. Still
yeah.
shot. Didn't change a lot here.
Hope Rob went to school on that ice. Looks like he's giving just a little less ice there.
So nice, easy takeout weight here.
Yeah, this is really pretty.
And this should
This
bend.
should come right on over. Just,
Bending hard now.
oh, I think it's going to...
Need to clear that guard, though. It's just not moving enough. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like Potomac is sitting 2 right now.
Yep. Pretty much the same situation had been in most of the end. So Shaw's hitting 2 behind tee line, 1 on the back 4.
So this is Brian Breen's first shot. And yeah, she's just going to put a guard up.
Yeah, originally I was thinking of coming in top 4, but I think a little higher is probably a little better here.
With Brian telling her I kind of like the top 8.
Cleese has 2 rocks left. If you bring one in, they can hit and spill another one in, and that's starting to build up quite a pile of yellow rocks.
Yeah.
Want to be a little careful. You are sitting 1-2, so you have the luxury of throwing a guard here. Don't really need to go after those yellow rocks.
You don't want to be too deep, low. That's a little deep. Whoa, that's a little heavy.
Well,
Well,
so now we got
they're
3
running
rocks
up to
behind
line,
tee
too.
line. A little bit of a wall back there. I think if Rob can put a stone somewhere in front of these, there's a chance he might get a deuce out of this first end.
All there.
Looking at the broom again.
Looks like they're just going to try to remove that rock that was just thrown. And maybe roll in front of the backers, but this will put them maybe just behind tee line.
Generally, you don't see somebody picking up the rock to clean it. Seems good
Nice solid weight
yeah.
here.
It's got to bend a little bit.
It's running really straight down this line early.
Right.
Just now coming late. It's going to catch this rock on the outside.
Well,
Squirted it right through the hole. Unfortunately, that rolls away a little too far. That's second rock. Shot lies 1 behind tee line here, near the end of the first end. There are a lot of yellows in play, so I
Right,
think
so
Courtney really wants to be sitting 1 and 2 here.
Yeah.
If it were Rob's turn to shoot now, there is a double on those blues that's set up pretty nicely. Not a real thin double, probably half rock. They would both go, so Courtney needs to get a second rock here in the rings.
Yeah, she needs to be counting second now.
Of course, removing second rock would be fine.
That's true.
Could always hit the rock that Rob just threw. Anyway, you slice it. She needs to be sitting 1-2 here.
She's calling for...
They're just going to draw above
Yeah,
the rock
right.
and the back 8. And that call's fine as long as you make it. Same goes for the hit.
We're sweeping hard. Uh-oh. Courtney's running out to help.
Yeah, we got 3 sweepers on it.
That,
And they're happier now.
Yep.
They're coming up.
They need to get it in there, though.
Yeah, I would certainly make sure it was second rock. And I don't know, is that close enough? That's close enough.
That's close enough.
And it covers the rock on the back 8. So this looks like looks like Rob's trying to line up the double here. That would be for 2. Have to be careful of the jams though, because the struck bluestone, if it goes this way, it might catch there. If it goes that way, it might catch against that blue. You just got to be a little careful. He's trying to get his 2 here. The alternative would be to draw for 1. First end.
I think it's a good call for the first end.
Can be a little aggressive.
Right.
I think if he hits this rock solid, I think probably not giving up more than 1 if the shot's missed. This is not a lot of weight. And this is over curling.
But he might get the back one.
I think he's got a half a rock on the
yeah.
front. Careful this doesn't jam. Does squirt it through the hole. That'll be a steal of 1. Good try for a deuce. Early in the game, so Courtney Shaw and Potomac take an early 1-0 lead after 1. Rob Kayser retaining the hammer in the second end.
It's an update from sheet 6. Utica 3. Jim Rischel is up 1 on Utica 4. Brenda Citroniti. Sheet 5. We've got Rochester.
Rob Williams of Rochester won and scored 1 in the
1.
first end against Beck of Philadelphia.
Scored 2.
Oh, they hung a 2 there.
Top 4. Little deep.
Our future sheet. First rock comes into the house.
So Rob's calling for a hit and roll to the wing.
This is way out there. In fact, Skip yelling way outside.
Yeah. How's the weight?
Well, let's take out weight.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
come
think
back
we're
on
going to
or come
contact
back.
anything. That had a fighting chance.
Yeah,
If they were just a hair more inside, that was not real up
That's-
weight.
Nope. Nice weight, actually.
So Courtney has a chance to guard out this stone. Is in great position, top 4 for a steal. And they don't like this either. This is also a little wide. Calling the sweepers right off.
A little heavy also. Although we can get a freeze it right to it. Can we see that?
Looks like it's going to come right up to shot rock. Well, those will have to be moved.
It's calling for a second to bang those out of there.
It's actually Christina's second.
Oh, sorry about that.
This line looks a little better. Sweepers held that really straight there.
Yep.
Now it's starting to break. And they're going to get right on the nose. This would be a nice spot. It just rolled off a hair. I thought they were going to catch the nose solid. That would have been the
not a bad
perfect spot, but
yeah.
unstuck him. Got rid of the backing. Now Shaw will have to deal with that rock that was just thrown. And this one's also out. We've had a couple of these in-turn takeouts go a little bit wide on this side.
Does not look like it's coming
Gotta
back.
be careful you don't chip out your own shot rock. And just noodled it in behind, but that'll still be an easy run back for Rob. So Cleese is just going to run that again. Yellow onto blue. And try to sit 2. It'd be really nice if it's just a little off center. You can split your yellows just a little bit.
Dan's first shot.
Second Dan Muller for Rob Cleese Connected 18. Turned that just a hair on the release.
Yeah, he did.
And Rob called for sweep right away.
I didn't even think it was out of his hand when he called for a sweep.
I think you're right. Just a little bit of turn on the release.
But he's gonna
May
get
catch enough of the stone to
yeah.
get it out. And I don't know if his shooter's going to stay around. Oh, that'd been nice if he hit just a little bit less.
Yep.
Or a little bit thicker, I should say,
Yeah.
of the struck stone. It would have hung around for 2 split. Got the job done, though. Removed shot rock, but now sitting only 1.
Courtney's calling for a takeout.
So this is now shaping up to be a more open end.
Oh, you don't really... Be a little careful on this line.
Yeah, the sweepers, it looks like they're able to hold rocks really straight
Right.
down this 4-foot lane, at least here early. That one just rolls right to the center line. So it looks like we're going to have an exchange of hits here. Unless there's a miss, we may be heading for a blank end.
Hey,
So Dan Muller being asked to remove this rock. Probably would like a little roll to a different spot. We kind of worn this spot out. Both teams know how to get down this line. Like to roll to a different spot here.
let's flared it a little bit. See what the weight is.
I think these will curl up if you don't put a broom on them. This really can control them on
Yeah,
this
very
line.
nice.
That looks like they might just get a nose hit again.
Yeah.
I'd really like to change the spot there. If they kept their brooms on that, they might have gotten a little roll out to the wings. think both teams are kind of finding their way down this line.
Right. Sheet 2, Utica 5. Doug Smith's team's up on Utica 2. Dave Mitchell's teams.
2-0 after 1.
Yeah.
And we're down this same line again. This one's a little heavier than Courtney, but that's going to get the job. And now we've got a new spot here. Moved out a little bit onto the forefront line.
Yep. Rob's calling for a hit and roll to the other side.
Yeah, and you get stuck on these open ends. I think when you make your hits, you really want to keep rolling to a new spot on the sheet to see if you can get the other team guessing about the ice. Both teams look really solid so far. Looks like any nerves they might have had, they're gotten over that now.
This is a nice, I think this is heading for the nose.
A little soft.
Nice tilt. I think it's not going to move very far.
Yeah, Rob may have to go on that one. That one's just a hair on the light side. Hanging on to the rings, actually.
It does look, yeah.
That could be important later in the end. That might prevent Rob from blanking this end.
Talking a little bit.
On the other hand, that rock in the top of the rings, that yellow rock's only about half in. Courtney hits this rock, it won't be in the rings.
They're talking about hitting it one side or the other and spilling their rock into the rings.
Yeah, you have to hit this on the center line side. If you hit it on the outside, it may roll away from the rings. So I think they'll be looking to cross over here to try to spill toward the center line. This is Skip Courtney Shaw's second rock. Throwing third rocks for her team. Brian Breen's throwing fourth rocks. And again, we see the rock runs really straight along this line if you put a broom on it.
I don't know if this is going to hit it enough to get out. Well,
I think they overswept that a hair.
It looks like it, but
they're going to get the rock out of the rings. I think they jumped that just a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Now there's only a rock, one rock left in the rings. Shaw sits one in the back, and Rob Cleese is just going to draw over in front of that to try to set up a deuce. Probably want to go about T-line here, and you're just hoping that you can generate a jam here. Realistically, with that rock remaining in the rings, Rob is looking to set up a blank.
That's what he called.
Or he might be forced to one, depending on whether or not he's shooting against one or two.
Sweeping hard. It looks like
this rock looks really good.
Yep.
Line is good.
Very nice shot.
Very nice teamwork there. Fairly easy rock to remove, but you're trying to create a miss here. Don't really have a lot of rocks in play. Hard to generate a two from here. But you're not expecting the other team to miss, but you're just trying to create an opportunity for them to make a mistake. So if they cross over in the stone just a little bit and jam it on their own in the back 12, then Rob might have an opportunity to set up his deuce. Otherwise, I think he's looking at a blank or taking his one. This is fourth Brian Breen. Trying to remove shot rock.
And he set it out a bit, Roger. Let's see if that comes
I think
back.
they flared this one again. So both teams have had a little trouble down this line, throwing a little too much weight. This is going to maybe catch enough. Didn't overthrow it, so
No,
got enough to remove it, and I think they're going to try to put it back. Rob's going to try to put a stone right in front of that blue stone yet again with his first skip rock.
See if we can see the broom there. I like that Rob jacket goes right with his broom. Good color. Good green and white.
Going to be confused the whole game. It's very unfortunate that the yellow shirts don't go with the yellow rocks.
Yeah.
So Shaw's team shooting blue rocks, but wearing the yellow shirts.
Seems like there's a
draw attempt doesn't look like it needs a lot of help. The sweepers aren't too excited about sweeping. Oh, they're thinking about it now.
It's a nice T-line weight.
Yeah, that's going to stop.
Very nice. I think you wanted it.
Didn't get as much curl. It may have taken a hair more ice. I think they got caught on the other side of the center line. Just takes a little bit of time for it to cross over the center to really start taking the curl.
Well, and Courtney's calling for a takeout here.
Yeah, of course, they just need to remove that. Can't afford to leave that Schenectady stone in play. Would really be good to hit and stick here. That'll force a hit and stick for Rob to score only one. Hit and roll out here would leave.
She's calling it. She's calling them right on it. So she must have thought he was a little narrow.
Yeah, it looks like they might. Gotta watch for the jam here. And this is
that's gonna be a problem.
That sticks right on. So
Yeah,
there's the miss they were trying to create.
Right.
That rock in the back 12 was really no friend. Rocks behind T line, boy, the bane of every skip. And so that's the miss they were looking for. So now they've got an open hit and stick for two here. So a deuce potentially developing out of nowhere. Those darn rocks behind T line.
I know. They kill you.
The only good news here for Courtney is Rob Cleese doesn't know the line here. We haven't thrown any shots down this line. And we're coming inside out here at Shot Rock. And we know this can move a lot based on some of the other games we've done. And on league nights where we played out here.
It's harder to control the curl on this side.
If you know it, it's a nice, you can control it pretty well. But
well, let's see what kind
it's
of weight
hard
he
to
throws.
say. It depends on the weight he throws here. But this will move. He's got like board weight, and they're going to have to go on this, I think.
Well, he just needs to stick somewhere around the ring. They're sweeping there.
I think this looks pretty good.
This looks pretty good. Like
he did not overthrow this. And I have to
Yeah,
tell you,
that's
that was
nice.
a really good ice read
Yeah.
for not having thrown that line at all. So very nice deuce
yeah.
by Rob Cleese. He made sure of that one. Nice weight. And Cleese first connected. He takes a 2-point lead.
so, he played that end very well. Just waited.
Was very patient.
Yeah, very patient on this.
Kept throwing rocks somewhere in the vicinity of that rock in the back 12, and finally created the opportunity for a miss. All right, Courtney Shaw is the hammer here in the second end. Down one. Third end, excuse me. Completed our second end of play.
So it looks like it's all tied up on sheet 2.
We'll wait for the official score.
So Christine's throwing her first shot. Not sweeping it yet. Yeah, now they're going hard. Sweepers are
Looks like,
yelling that it
we
lost
lost
its
rotation.
handle.
Yeah, we lost
we
rotation
heard a
on
lost
this, so.
handle there.
Now this is an opportunity for a free corner guard for Courtney Shaw. I think she's called for one either in the rings or just short of the rings.
Yeah.
Out wide.
Sweepers think it's good. Now they're going.
And they're just going to bring this right in. All right, put the rock pretty much where Courtney wanted it.
Rob's going to ignore that for now. Set up the center guard. Try to steal. Sweepers are not touching it. That looks like it's through.
Looks a little strong.
I think it's going to hold on.
And it's just going to hang on to the back 12. So it's a player. That's behind T-line. Courtney's going to ignore that and split the house and sit 2. I'm not a big fan of splitting the house early in the end. Your team has to make all their shots to keep their deuce. I like flipping a guard on the shot rock. You lock that one in, and then
you work for your second shot.
Then you can work for your second and third. If you ever get 2 around the corner, then you could put 3 in play. The problem with splitting the house early is that the team with a hammer has to hit and stick or make their draws. The other team can hit and roll out. They can shoot 50% and still get out of the end for only 2. And it just takes one miss by the hammer team to unwind your deuce. So if the hammer team ever hits and rolls out on the opposition stone, then the non-hammer team just takes out your remaining stone and you're playing for 1. We'll see how this end unfolds.
Although Courtney's lead did what she was supposed to.
She did. She put her 2 rocks exactly where they wanted them. So I think Rob's taking out that high shot rock, right?
Yeah. It's calling for sweep early. Again, coming. See how the weight is on this. Looks pretty good. See if they can hold it.
It's curling very hard.
Yep.
This again, just a little bit light. I think.
No, I think he's got it.
He's going to catch a corner.
Oh, and there's
There's your just not enough weight.
And then you're going to jam on the back.
I think this happened in the last end. Dan Muller came up a little bit light on a takeout. Didn't quite remove the stone.
And Courtney's going to put that back.
So Shaw's sitting 2. Trying to drop another rock in here to sit 3.
Jimmy Fallon's trying to put it back for Courtney. It looks a little...
Hasn't curled much yet.
Looks
just
a little
coming
heavy.
off the center line now.
We're just cleaning. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, nice shot.
Sits above tee line, very even with the stone across the rings. That makes it very difficult to make a double on those two.
Rob's calling for the.
I think there's no question you have to remove the stone here.
A little bit more weight than last time.
Yeah, this has a little more weight. This one's just going to catch the cornerstone. Just a little more weight and it runs a little bit straighter, and that's going to hit and roll out.
Yeah. A little bit more.
That's why it's so important to throw the same weight every time.
That's
if you're
right.
throwing takeouts. It makes it easier to ice, especially really curly takeout shot like that inside out route that the teams are taking.
So, just calling for Jimmy to put it back.
I think they just put that one back. If they can trade out here, they can score 3. They've got the rock spread out in the rings. Only one behind tee line.
Oh, just cleaning. Just calling for.
At some point here, Rob needs a roll in front of those two stones and the back of the
Wow,
house.
nice shot. Put it right back where she wanted it. And she's up. There he goes. That's what he's calling for.
Yeah, and that's the correct one to hit.
Yeah.
Hit the high one in the house. You can either roll toward second shot on the right side or the
Just right in
second
front
shot
of
in the back.
Right.
Not sure which one's second or third, but either roll in front of the rock in the back of the house or roll toward the rock on the side of the house. Either one would be good. This one's coming up nicely.
Very nice, and I think this is
Would
exactly.
just really like a roll toward the center line.
There you go.
All right, not a bad spot. So Cleese sits shot. Shaw second and third. This stone's pretty easily removed, but do have to navigate a few stones in the back of the house.
She's got a little less ice for herself.
Skip Courtney Shaw, throwing third rocks, is about to throw her first.
Yeah, it's the line that if you throw too much weight on, it'll sail out a little bit.
Definitely run straight here.
So she's playing just the edge of the rock.
This one's outside, but the weight's down. And this
It's
is going to be on the outside half of the rock. So this is going to probably roll out. Oh, it does jams against her own. Nice break there.
Yep. Go hard.
That was kicked by one of the players.
You guys got it. Go, go, go. Keep it going. Keep it going.
They readjust the position of that rock.
Rob's gonna go for hit and roll here. Take out, roll to guard his shot rock. I believe he shot on the. Oh, it's tough to tell. Tough to tell.
It looks like Rob may be shot on back four. Awful lot of. Is he drawing here, or is he?
No,
hitting?
he's hitting, and
I would really like to remove that second rock, blue stone.
that's what he wants to do.
This looks like a draw, actually.
I missed it.
No, maybe not. It's kind of in between. This is
a tweener. It's a little heavy for.
Oh, I don't want to take out your own back
Oh,
here.
no. Well,
Freeze would not be terrible.
Freeze is okay.
Yeah, I think the shot there would be to remove that second stone blue rock and roll over to set 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They've just about wriggled themselves off the hook here, but with that last shot, they may still be in a little bit of trouble.
Let's see what Courtney
If we
can
get a
do.
view of the house here, I think there might be a double on the yellows. Let's take a look. Yeah, definitely is a double on the yellows. Nose hit, may get all 3 moving. Certainly should move enough rocks here to sit 3 again. So Courtney's just going to hit this rock on the nose. This one goes back and out. This one goes out. Should be sitting 3. We'll be behind tee line, but 3 rocks is 3 rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the inside out hit here. They don't like the run down the 4-foot
No,
line.
apparently not.
Although part of that, they've just been a little wide and a little bit heavy down that line, but this is going to come up nicely.
That's a nice
Is
shot.
this going to get to nose?
Oh,
Did
it
not
doesn't.
quite take it to nose. It might have been overswept there. It looks like Shaw's now sitting 2. But there's definitely an out here for Rob. If you could just lock a freeze onto that stone on the back 4.
Oh, he's looking.
Just looking to freeze.
Yeah. Taking a look at the ice again.
Well, we've seen a couple of wide releases down this line, so I think they're a little bit gun shy about what the ice is doing out here. Definitely is running straight if you have up weight, or if the sweepers are applying the brooms. But we have seen some late break on a lot of these board weight takeouts coming down this line if they let it curl up. Part of what makes curling fun. If the ice was perfectly level, it would be too easy to play, right?
That's what they say. I don't know. It does curl. You just have to have the right weight.
And we've been getting about 4 feet of swing outside in pretty much all weekend long. Our ice crew has done a wonderful job. Most of them out there curling today. All right, so Rob needs to try to lock a freeze onto that shot rock on back 4.
Weight looks good.
That'll get him out of trouble. It just looks a little heavy.
Yeah. Well, he might.
They might want to chip
good
off
with
that,
that blue.
outside stone. I don't know if they still have it.
I think they do. They think they do.
Get the little rub.
There you go. That's a nice little rub.
And they get the
That's
little
a
rub and
beautiful
roll.
shot.
That was a nice sweep call.
Yep. What do you think?
Can't say that's a lucky shot. They saw
No,
that
they
all the
saw
way.
that, yeah.
Said plan
Yeah.
B. They switched to plan B early. And that changes the complexion of this end. So Rob was looking at dropping 3 here potentially for much of the ends. Showed a lot of patience with some hits and rolls. Didn't quite get himself completely off the hook, but that one, that last shot, that little rub and freeze
So it looks like they're
takes a lot of
gonna
the pressure off.
try to poke that out through the back.
I think they're going to try to blast these 2 out. I think the blue may jam on one of the back yellows. So that's in their favor. If you take a look at the house, yeah, that blue is going to jam on the back yellow. So if they can get to the side of the rock. Brian Breen trying for the big blast here. And this rock's over curling. This is going to hit on the wrong side.
Yep. Doesn't help them.
That certainly rearranged the deck chairs. It looks a lot better, though.
They can get
That's a very lonely yellow rock, isn't it?
Back line.
So what do you do if you
Courtney's hitting second, third, and fourth, and this
Right.
is you desperately need to be sitting 1 and 2 here. You have a couple different options. One is you could remove one of those blue rocks. Could nose the one the broom is sitting next to. That wouldn't be a bad spot.
Right.
Throwing a guard here is very dangerous. If you miss this guard, and I'm not sure what they're calling,
It looks like they're calling a guard, actually.
or if they're coming into top 8, that's not terrible, but it does leave
Leave a
a
double.
run back double.
Right.
So
I like taking out that stone. You're sitting 1-2. It's very hard for them to get
that would be a tough double from there.
so.
And as I was always taught, you know, rocks in the crib can't score. So
Well,
looks
he's-
like they're going to throw something over top of shot rock here. I don't know if they're planning to bring this in or if they're going to leave it short of the house, but line's very important here.
well, he threw in a very nice rock on his last one.
That is a very lonely rock in the house. You can't leave this thrown stone where they can make a double. And actually, that could have been worse, yeah, if they'd been angled on the front. But there is a double there, just off nose, and that would be for 4. So hit this rock here, bang it into that rock. This one goes out. This one goes out. And they should be able to keep the shooter on that. Don't have to hit that really thin.
That's exactly what she's pointing to.
I think the shooter's going to roll over here somewhere.
She's
Should
gonna
hang around.
Yep. Just got to be careful of the jam. You don't want to hit it on the inside, though,
No, can't afford to hit it on the inside.
because you're giving up 2 there.
Nose hit for 1. And you hit this just on the outside. Get that double. You should be able to pick up 4. Even if you hit and roll out, you get 3. Big opportunity here for Courtney.
Well, this is Brian's shot.
Yep.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
So Brian needs to hit probably about 2/3 of a rock here.
Ooh, it looked like he pushed a little bit. What? She's calling right away.
They like the line. They're up and down.
Yep. Oh, sorry, folks. Looks like he's got it.
And
And
that's a gorgeous
beautiful
shot.
shot.
They're going to get the shooter out of play just far enough. That's only a score of 3, but that was a very nice shot.
Very nice shot.
That's the danger of leaving those rocks in play. I think hitting a second rock there to sit 1-2 is
1-2
a
would've been
little
a-
bit safer
yep.
option. So a big score of 3 puts Courtney Shaw up 4-2 after 3 ends of play. Going into the 4th, Rob Cleese will have the hammer.
Just gonna go with the guard.
Weight's close. How's the line?
Line's pretty good. Line's good. Yes now, yes now, yes now.
Update on sheet 2. Utica 5. Doug Smith's team. All tied up with Dave Mitchell's team. Utica 2. Those Utica fans out there. Courtney's saying line's great, but it looks heavy. Very nice shot. Just going to put up a corner guard there. Sweepers are, I think it's a little heavy. Looks like it's in. Although it grabs out here.
Well, this one's over curling a bit. I
Yeah.
think they want to go ahead and bring this in. It's
Right.
so wide that it may not be a very useful corner guard. So just bring this in for a biter.
Make it,
Just on the rings.
just make it a pain for the other team. She's coming right around that.
Yeah, Courtney's going to
There you
ignore
go.
that
Yeah, yeah.
rock on the wings. They're going to come around their center guard, try to apply a little bit of pressure here. And once again, we're a little wide here on this intern side.
Oh, but it's coming. It's good weight.
But
Very,
it's
very good weight.
bending hard now.
Yeah. Oh, very nice shot.
No shortage of curl here with our refurbished rocks.
And look at that. Grabbed a piece
And
of-
that
oh,
bent probably 3 feet from the hog line end. That was just going sideways. That's in a beautiful spot.
and Rob wants some.
They'll
corner
have to
free-
freeze to that.
Yeah, corner freeze to that.
That one's hard to remove. Just want to put a rock on top of that. That way when you clear the guard later, you've got an easy run to tap out shot rock.
Ooh, a little wide, I think. See what the.
Yeah, it got way out and really heavy on this one.
Yeah. You can see. You can see Dan
This is through the rings weight.
letting the skip know it was pretty heavy. All right, she wants to put another one in.
Courtney has a chance to really put a second guard on this rock. This one would be maybe just in the rings. And that'll require Rob a couple shots to get back to shot rock. Have to
Thinking
peel a
that's
couple
heavy too.
stones.
They're calling for heavy. They're saying it's heavy. Yeah, they're out in that. Oh, it's starting to come. Oh, did that open it up? Well, not really. Yep.
Yeah, there's no port there.
So Rob's going to trying to remove those.
There's actually a nice double there. Hit the top one, spin off the second one, and it should roll out to a corner guard. So they're looking at hitting.
sorry,
whoops,
I'm sorry.
looking at hitting the top one and then maybe spinning out. Should get both stones. Want to make sure you move one. You don't want to leave your shooter anywhere up front there. You at least want to get. You don't want to hit any stone flush.
Okay. Sorry. I just needed to clear that up.
Skinny half of that top rock would be perfect. This one, it looks like it's over curling.
He's calling them.
He's trying to keep this rock from getting to the nose.
Well, and they did that. Good sweeping. Good sweeping.
Probably could have stayed on that. He came up a little bit. I thought maybe he was
Yeah.
thinking about getting the run back and doubling off shot stone. Open it up though. Shot rock is now open. And Courtney will have to cover that back up.
That's just what she's calling for. They're calling top 8, top 12. Oh, it's starting to slide.
And that rock's in a very good
Yeah,
spot.
nice. And
Gotta go.
yep,
No question.
Dan put the broom right down. Rob, sorry. Dan's throwing the shot. Finals or 8 ends of the Kayser. I can't see from my angle.
That's going to jam. Got right to nose.
Nice.
Did move
But
it over.
moved
And
it over,
it
so-
may be accessible now outside the edge of the 4-foot.
She's not going to worry about it. What'd you do on this, Roger?
Well, with one yellow rock in play, you really got a couple choices. You either got to remove that yellow or you got to draw in for 2.
And it looks like that's what she's going to do.
Yep. Looks like Courtney's going to come around and try to get second rock here.
Lots of chat going on there. Courtney's first shot. Gonna try to draw in, count 1-2. Oh, Utica 2 just dropped a big end on Utica 5.
Yeah, it looks like it's 6-2 after 3. In favor of Dave Mitchell's team. All right, this draw attempt by Courtney Shaw.
Oh, it's going to be short.
It's coming in. It looks like it might squeak in to be second rock, and that really is all that matters here. And she
Yes,
did that.
she did that.
So mission accomplished.
Rob's going to go after shot rock.
Rob's going to go after shot. I think he thinks he can get around and roll underneath the guards.
He's calling for bumper weight. Board weight. It's run pretty straight out there.
It has run pretty straight. They can't overthrow this. We do know that it'll curl late. We've seen come up pretty hard.
Just got to be patient with the brooms on this.
I think the sweepers can probably hold this as straight as you want it, and you come up to get the curl that you want.
Well,
here.
and he was a little narrow, and that's exactly what Rob's doing, and it looks good.
If they can get it by, this would be golden.
Yep.
Looks like they're just going to wreck on the blue. Hope there's enough weight to get that through. Just missed the one that Courtney just threw, and that's probably a good break because otherwise that would have spun into the rings.
Well, now they're going to cover up this.
And now this side's a little more opened up. Courtney is looking at covering up that shot rock this time.
Yes.
We got a shout out to Team Yang on sheet 1, and I think he's up.
5-0 after, excuse me, 5-2 after 3. Team Yang, RZ1. Shaw trying to put a guard or maybe just come right around halfway.
That looks heavy.
Shot stone here.
Oh, he's being very patient with this. Very nice. Very nice.
Looks like they moved over to plan B. This is actually back house weight. Looking for a little split and roll here.
Oh, they needed a rub.
And they should have been on that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
That's now going to slide to the back 12. If they'd hit that a bit earlier, they might have gotten a little rub and roll to the forefoot.
That's what Rob's going to.
This gives Rob an out here.
Yeah. They are sitting 3.
Sitting 3, but with a good shot here, Rob can get tuck this under to sit 1 under cover.
And have a couple ways to get his 2s.
Yeah, a couple different ways, yeah. And this looks a hair heavy. I'm not sure this is going to come up.
Nope.
They're watching it.
I think it's going to hit.
Just going to get to nose, maybe.
No. There's
we
a little.
we gonna get in
this is
roll?
beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you just got it. It's hard for us to see. Everybody was standing in the way here. that perfect.
Great shot. Patient on the brooms out there, and
Got just the right roll.
yeah. Courtney's looking.
Again, throwing that nice control weight, so they got some bend. Didn't overthrow it. It was definitely out wide. Came back.
Well, they didn't put the brooms on early, and I think that was
key. Courtney's now looking at trying to run this blue stone on the top 12 into shot rock. So they're looking at hitting this a little on the outside half, see if they can drive it into the rings and remove shot. Other team makes a good shot, you have to respond with a good shot, and they're certainly going to need one here.
I think that's what they just changed the cup.
I think they're changing the weight.
Yeah, I think she.
They were originally going to run that in pretty hard, and they decided to run this in a bit softer.
Right, and keep the rock around.
Yeah, the plus side of this is even if you don't remove shot rock, you get good second, you cut down the scoring area. That'll force Rob to draw 4 foot or maybe a piece of the button to get his 2. So they're just looking for a tap up here.
Calling hard. It's a bit narrow. Oh, it's cutting hard.
This may over curl. They
yeah.
needed to hit this on the outside half.
Yeah, no, they're gonna wreck.
And they're actually going to open it up.
Sorry.
So Rob is still shot rock. Shot rock is exposed. He does have a decision to make. Does he want to leave that blue rock around? Third, Peggy O'Connor wants a rock on the top 12 guarding shot rock. The danger rock is the one that they just missed. They're going to try to run that one in again. If you're really confident in your shot making, the shot would be to play just a little hit and roll off this top blue stone and roll in front of your shot rock.
You get rid of the dangerous rock.
You get rid of the dangerous rock and get a guard, but
yeah.
You'd hate to be wide on that, right, and jam it into shot.
Particularly because then you're sitting, well, you'd be sitting 2.
Yeah, they'd be sitting 2 against you. So Rob's opted to throw
they're
kind of a quasi-guard here. They're talking about it.
They're talking about it, though. It's never a good thing when your front end's talking to your skip, unless he's making the completely wrong call or she's making the completely wrong call. Rocks have been totally reconditioned from last year, so can't really compare last year's rocks to this year's rocks.
Yeah, we've all torn up our rock books for this year, and I've curled pretty much 3/4 of the season. I haven't put an entry
This is
in
right
it.
down to it. We better hope this comes across.
Well,
actually, this is
a freeze would not be bad.
No,
here.
no,
they're going to rub though. Not terrible. They are sitting 2.
See if
How open is shot rock? It's partly covered. It's like an edge covered.
I think you want to try to.
Well, Courtney needs to remove a rock, and that's for sure. The danger here is if you ever clipped that top stone that was just thrown, you may not remove it from play, and the shooter would roll out. So I think they'd really like to kind of nut shot rock back there. They're going to have to skinny the guard, or skinny the rock that was just thrown, and the guard too, for that matter.
Because they want to stick around.
They definitely want to stick around. You know, if you can get a little roll over here, a little hit and roll over there, send that out. That might get you out of trouble. But it doesn't look as simple as it might seem, because they've got to come close by their blue on the top 12 to get the roll. And you don't want to over curl here.
No, because
tricky little shot.
Can't see where the broom is.
Playing pretty wide here.
Yeah, back
This
of the
looks
house
like a
weight.
lightweight.
Back of the house weight. This cut's hard. I'd be right on this right now. Well, she jumped it.
Yeah, see, this just, they needed to throw,
Right.
that port was so tight.
Right.
They just got caught
Wow.
calling the wrong ice there. Did they spin a
Oh.
third one in?
No.
They did. They spun a third rock in.
But
So
they're
Rob's now sitting, it looks like 3.
No.
Oh, no, there's one in the
they're
back. Sorry. It's hiding behind my laptop. So
Let me just draw down to
Rob
his.
sits 2. Last stone, he has a chance to take the lead here.
What do you like?
Seen some pretty good shot making so far. Just a couple of key misses have turned ends around in these first 4 ends. This is a draw for 3. Just needs be a little inside the 8 foot. Anywhere in the 8. This one's hanging wide.
Doesn't have a.
It's
No,
gotta
but he
get-
can-
it's
yeah.
gotta come off that guard.
Well, let's see. If he,
Gotta come
here
off
it
that
comes.
guard. They'll have to go really hard on this to get this into the 8 foot.
And they are.
Nice job. They
Nice
swept it
job.
right in. Okay, so they got away with that.
That's
Looks
how.
like
That's how
3
he.
yellow.
That's reminiscent of last night.
It is. A very similar shot last
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Rubbed off high guard in the house and rolled into the 4 foot.
So we're looking at the end of 4. Schenectady is up 5-4 over Potomac.
So as we suspected, this has been a very close game. Very competitive. It's 5-4. Cleese of Schenectady over Shaw, Potomac. After 4 ends, 5th end, Shaw has the hammer. Update on sheet 5. Beck of Philadelphia has taken 4-2 lead over Williams of Rochester. Rob Williams was on our feature game last night.
Rushing hard.
That one over curled a bit, so just brought that right into the rings. No sense in giving the other team corner guard. And Courtney's going to be very patient and just take this out early in the end. Down 1, 5th end. 4 ends to go.
Rob's taking this one out.
I think lead Christina Hall was indicating which turn she preferred.
Yep.
Wants the out turn. I think Christina was calling the shot before Rob did. She was indicating, I want to take it out and I want the
Yeah.
out turn.
Well, it always helps to know your strength. Yeah, you gotta be patient on this. They jumped right on it. They didn't think it was perfectly heavy enough, but they jumped right on it and held it.
Yeah, she was just a hair out on that. Maybe they took a little too much ice. It was pretty wide ice for
Yeah,
that weight.
for that
certainly.
weight.
Courtney Shaw is going to split the rings here. In this case, I would split the rings. No sense in guarding a stone in the middle of the sheet with hammer. Although the other option would be to simply split that stone in the front of the rings. Either way, you're going to be sitting 2 split, so you're forced into trying to maintaining your deuce by accurately exchanging hits. Very nicely done, and
Yeah,
those stones
those
are just about even. That's really well
Yep.
done. No double here. So Rob will have to be very patient here and remove stones and hope for a half shot somewhere down the line to get out of trouble. No need to panic here. Just make some hits. And you're waiting for a half shot. Do need to make your hits, though. This one's going a little wide. Just set this out on the release.
Wow, it's a good opportunity for Courtney here.
Looks like in the C final, Hamilton of Rochester has taken a commanding lead over Fournier of Broomstone, 7-0, after 4 ends of play.
Oh, we got a. Oh, got somebody down here. They're really dragging this. Are they going to be able to just. Oh, there they go.
3 across the house, spread out. Still early in the end.
Yeah.
Rob can be
Okay,
patient.
so, yeah.
Do need to make some hits here, though.
He indicated a roll behind the corner guard. Oh, I think it's a little.
Make sure you get the hit first.
Right,
That's the
right.
key. There is no roll without the hit. Can afford to be patient. Got a 1-point lead, Rob does. Giving up 2 here would not be the end. Just needs 1 half shot here to get out of trouble. Looks like that might be second rock, but Courtney needs to make that away to keep her 3 in play. Calling for the takeout. Another opportunity for Courtney Shaw. She had a 3 set up the other end a couple of ends ago. And Rob Cleese wriggled off the hook with a really nice kind of rub and freeze to a stone in the back 4. See if he can perform the same magic this end. Now, I've got a couple rocks bunched up here. Got my merds mixed up. Got a couple of stones bunched on the outside. Those are available for a double at some point.
Oh, looks like he's.
Looks like he's going to go after shot rock for now.
Yeah. She's calling him to sweep it.
Yeah, call that inside out turn, and this really goes with lightweight.
Oh, no.
They might catch a piece. I don't know if they have enough weight. Yes, they do. All right.
That's great sweeping.
They just got out of trouble on
Yeah.
that with some good sweeping. I think I'd be really tempted to run off those 2 rocks.
Let's see what Courtney does with her first.
I assume she's going to go ahead and split the house again. And she'll be looking to put a rock out here somewhere, far away from those two. But I think at some point Rob has got to make a play on those 2 stones. That's his get out of jail free card here. Run those 2 off. I think the worst that happens is you give up 2. If everybody can make their shots.
Right.
Courtney's first. Skip of the Potomac team, playing 3rd rocks. Yeah, it looks like that's going to hang around the house about T-line. And Rob still wants to go after shot rock. Looking for the long roll. But I'd be sorely tempted to get those 2 stones off, you know.
If you miss,
The longer Shaw sits 3 here, I think the more chance there is to give up a big end. When those rocks got bunched up on the 12-foot, really presents an opportunity. Nicely made, though. They adjusted the ice. Got a nice throw here. And Cleese is hitting shot for now. But if we trade out from here, it's going to be 3.
So Rob's...
I think Rob is hoping for a half shot here.
Right.
Then he can go after the 2, but I really like going after the 2 first.
Well, that broom, Courtney's going to throw some weight, so...
Yeah, with that broom, she's going to really have to bring some weight here. We've seen these rocks curl very hard.
Yep.
Rob was taking ice on the center line. And they actually, the target rock they hit was just a little further out. It was actually on the edge of the 8-foot, so...
Let's see.
Let's watch this one carefully.
Yeah.
Those of us that curl on our ice regularly know that these rocks will really move inside out.
Oh, she threw some weight at it.
She did throw some weight, so... And she was a little wide,
Right,
so
so
that actually
helped.
helps, yes. And gets a little roll toward the center.
Yeah, but that opens it up for Rob to actually get that hit and roll.
Now, if he's looking for the roll, it's a bit easier now.
Right.
I'm surprised he's still not going for this double on the outside. He's got 2 stones left. He's looking for the long roll here to get buried or partially buried behind those 2 Shaw stones in the top 12 left side.
Well, if he makes that, he's in good shape. If he just takes this one out, it's going to be hard.
Now, it's a tough shot to get this long roll and stick. If he does roll behind, the double may not be available because of the jam against his own stone.
Looks like Utica 2, Dave Mitchell's team is up 8-2 on Utica 5, Doug Smith's team. Got Utica 4 up 3-2 on Utica 3, so that would be Brenda Citronetti's team on Jim Rischel's team.
This is going to catch it pretty thin. This may just hit and roll out. Let's see if they can get the roll.
Sorry, folks. Oh.
Boy, and he did not remove the target stone either. Very hard to tell now. I think he may be out counting. Rob may be out counting one of the stones in the top 12.
Right.
So this is 1. Not sure who's 2. I'm guessing this is 2. This may be 3. If Courtney's 2, then this is going to be a tough spot for Rob.
She's calling for a draw over.
They're just going to split the house again.
He's got to get it there, though. I'll count the other. Oh, 4 people brushing.
And this one's going to come up a little short, I think. Are they going to get it there?
Oh, yeah.
They're still going.
Yep.
Oh, that had not a worry. They had that all the way.
Yeah.
They had that all the way.
Okay. Rob's in a bit of a pickle here. Got to hope for make his shot.
He needs to hit something here.
Yep. Just got to hope for
we
at
still
least.
We still can't tell who is shot in the back. I'm going to take a stab and say Rob is 2.
Yeah.
And Courtney is well, now he's 3rd.
Right.
So I think you need to remove
Shot rock.
the stone that 4th Brian Breen just threw, and try to sit there and give up only 2 here. Need to be careful of the jam in the back.
Well, he needs to stick around and make Courtney make that shot.
God, he needs. Well, actually, Brian will have to make that shot.
Brian will have to make that shot. He's been pretty good making the big shots this tournament. Love the way he lifts that stone to clean it.
Hey, he's the only person I've ever seen that actually picks up the stone off the ice. Must do it to intimidate the other team with his brute strength. It's actually a nice guy. I've curled against him a couple times.
Another sweeping. It looks good.
Yeah, they definitely have the rock. I'd like to hit on the inside here just not to avoid that jam.
Oh, got a jam.
Looks good.
No, looks
right
good.
through the hole. Gonna roll it to the pin. That should be an easy take out for Courtney. And 4th, Brian Breen.
Wants to stick around and take their 2.
I think it's 2. We're still not sure, but I believe Rob is sitting 3rd rock right now in the back 12. Out counting 2 of the Shaw stones. We'll see when they hang the score. Rock is on its way.
Oh, they get not patient. You got to be patient with these. That might roll off. No, it looks good.
He's got a good piece of that rock.
Oh.
Oh, they're sweeping that hard. Yeah, it looks like that's going to hang around for 2. I think they're going to look at those stones. No, they're kicking away,
No, they're
so
kicking away.
they must know.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can pick up the score here.
You can see the score also.
And the card's going up, and it's a deuce. So our eyes must be pretty good back here.
We have 3 screens.
Our angles aren't the best, though, always. So Courtney Shaw takes a 6-5 lead after 5. Just starting the 6th end, Rob Cleese has the hammer. This has really been a back-and-forth game, very entertaining game. And probably what we expected here for the A final.
Yeah.
2 very well-matched teams.
Very nice shot.
Center guard goes up for Courtney Shaw.
And Rob's calling to draw around. Looks like the C finals and B finals are well in hand. Got pretty big leads. It's to the back
This
of the
one's a
line.
little strong.
Yeah. Line was great. Is Courtney going to be able to get it out, or is it going to be one of those?
It's going to be a hanger.
Oh, that's not fun.
Going to be a hanger.
Light for a takeout.
Don't like the line on this yet. Courtney's yelling no line.
That's a little heavy, but starting to
Gonna
come now.
Gets the big finish. This
Oh,
one's
no,
going
no,
right
not
to the back one. Yep. This will be behind the house. Behind the tee line,
Yep.
back of the house. All right, this is going to be one of those first hog to the trough ends.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to get to the top four first? Rob Cleese of Schenectady has a chance here to sink one top four buried behind the Shaw Center guard. Rob's down one, sixth end with a hammer.
All right, 2, 3.
Looks a bit wide and heavy. But slowing down.
And he doesn't like this one. This one's still hanging.
But here it comes.
Getting the big bends now, but this will also slide. Now it's going to
Oh,
stop just
nice.
by, it is going to be behind tee line.
Wants to cover the pin.
Pretty much same line.
Same
it's
line.
that really wide line, but this is
This is
coming up nicely.
That's a little heavier than that.
It is a hair heavy compared to the one that teams just threw. This is going to bounce and roll off a little bit. It is shot rock though. Rob will have to deal with that.
Colin just tack weight.
And they can almost throw the same weight they just threw the last two shots. Get a little inside roll and push that to the back 8. Leave it as a catcher back there. Rob wants just to remove it and get a roll underneath the center guard. We'll put him behind tee line though, I think.
Yeah.
So that rock they're hitting is behind tee. Do need to deal with it though.
Down that line.
Staying right off here.
That's good. He's being patient with the brooms. Here it comes. Staying on the outside.
Gonna catch this, maybe a hair on the outside.
See what happens here.
And removed it from play. Threw the correct weight.
Just a,
That was hack weight. Just
Yep.
didn't curl up as much as they wanted. Rob sits 2.
Courtney's calling for hack. Just moved the broom in and touched that. No, she's calling it's out there. That seems heavy. Sweep it by.
Well, these do come back. She's going to get a piece of this.
Is it enough to... Well?
Scattered everything to the back of the rings. Looks like Rob might be shot. Just hanging on to the 8 foot.
Good call. Problem with, you have to peel that. He's talking.
He's caught behind
That's
tee line right
right,
now,
and
so
I'm just going to peel.
doesn't like the center guard. And that's well done. Now the front of the house is open. Yeah, Rob is shot in the back 8. And Courtney is deciding what she wants to do with this rock. Really tough to steal from this spot. There's no guards up front, and I think she's just going to remove that rock, and that's probably the smart play. I think if she takes off shot rock here, she'll be sitting 2.
Right.
Behind tee line, not going to steal this end, but
Keep him to 1.
a force
Yeah.
puts it into a tie game. With Courtney would have the hammer and a tie game in 7.
That's really good.
It's on its way.
Yep. It's curling. Right at the end, it curls.
Looks like going to catch a half a rock. Get a little roll over, and actually Courtney's only sitting 1 here. Behind tee, Rob's going to ignore that rock and draw 1 above it. At least that was his initial call. I mean, he could hit the rock that was just thrown and sit 2, but with everything behind tee line,
They just work to that.
very, very difficult to score 2 from
Right.
that position.
And those work to his advantage anyway. So.
Yeah, all those rocks behind tee line are really helping Rob. Really put 1 top 4 here would be really nice. Oh, we don't want a guard, that's for sure.
This looks like
Almost need to hog this rock.
they're dragging it. But this is
I don't think they want that up
No.
there. Courtney's not even looking at coming around that guard that was just thrown. I think she just wants to remove some rocks and make Rob draw against a bunch.
Yep.
They're looking at taking off second rock here. Take off second rock. Courtney was at 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a lot of catchers back there for Rob, but it's a little bit more pressure with all those rocks.
Well, it should be a makeable draw.
Right.
I mean, we're kind of looking at Rob's going to have to draw maybe 8 foot to score here. But, you know, you're just 1 pick away from dropping a big end. That's really the big risk. Well, they're changing their mind here.
I like the takeout, actually. I mean, if you make this draw behind cover, it's great.
Well, there's very little risk.
Right.
Since Courtney's already shot, the draw would leave her sitting 1, 2. Yep. She's going to hit. I think the only disadvantage of hitting this stone is that Rob can now draw around his corner
Right.
with his next.
It's a little wide, is it? Can't see from this angle. Oh, nice.
Yep, right on the nose.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Rob's going to do.
Boy, if they could get around the outside, I really like coming around the outside and
outside.
showing a half a rock. Now you've got all these pile of rocks in the back as jam. It's going to come around the other way. And again, if you get buried behind the corner guard, then that sets up a potential deuce. Got to stuff a draw here. Coming around the center, you don't want to leave another guard up front. Choke off that 4-foot area.
Oh, looks good. Oh.
Got to go hard here. They've come up light twice now.
Well, they're dragging this one. Or are they going to drag it enough?
And that's the danger about coming around the center line side. If you ever leave that short, you're choking off your own draw to the 4.
Yeah, now they're
Courtney
going
can apply a ton of pressure
yeah,
here.
they're
by
going to cut off the 4.
Yeah, go top 4 here.
Right.
And then Rob's looking at a draw just really to cut down a pile of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Really 2 stones up front. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, you want to miss heavy on those because you have the backers.
Right. If you go back house, you don't hurt anything. Being short of the rings really makes it tough.
The D finals and the F finals are shaping up to be quite the good games out there. If you're blue, you just don't want to move these guards.
Right, that would be doing Rob a favor.
Yeah. Well, it's
So Brian
heavy.
Breen with a draw here.
It's heavy, but he's got a lot of backers.
Weight looks pretty good, I think.
Oh, it looks a little heavy. Oh, no, it looks great. Look at this.
It's going to drop right on T-line and catch a good portion of the button.
Rob can run back his yellow.
That leaves Shaw sitting 5. 4 of those stones, I think, are very easily
No,
outdrawn.
Right.
But 5 is 5. And Rob is playing a come-around tap back here. The other option would be to try to run your yellow
into the
and peel it if you have to, just to open up a look at the 4-foot.
Yep, get a look at that button.
If you miss this tap back, it may be your last opportunity to score. At that point, you may be looking at trying to outdraw the 4 stones in the 12.
He's looking at that run back, I think. Now they're talking to him. This is always the danger.
The only thing I don't like about the run back is if you do nose that or just off nose and you miss the shot rock, you leave your shooter there. But
right.
I think the way they're lined up, if you get to the nose, you're going to make the shot. If you a little bit off nose, you should roll the shooter away.
Yep. And that's what they're doing.
And I like this call. This gives you a couple ways in. If you miss this shot, you still have a way in. It's a little wide on this.
No, he's going to peel no matter what.
Yeah, as long as he peels, this will work out okay. So no harm. Open things up.
Oh. Well, he can see.
And this forces Courtney to throw the guard back perfectly, and maybe they'll get a better look. Worst case scenario, he'll have to outdraw the 4 other stones in the house. Courtney's got half of the button here. That stone will be very difficult to outdraw, especially if they put a good guard in place here. But I like the call. Get your own guard off up front.
Well, Brian just put that.
They like the line
I
here.
like the line a lot. It's actually a nice. It's coming. It's a little heavier than they reported.
Sweeping it to bring the line back. Yeah, it
Pretty
looks like
nice
that's in a
number.
pretty good spot. They
Yeah.
pretty much replaced it exactly where it was. So I think realistically here, Rob is looking at simply giving up 1 here. If you try to score and tap back this shot rock and you crash on the guard, you can't afford to give up a bundle. You're taking a little bit wider ice.
They're going to try to get to it, but I think full
Yeah.
eight, you give up 1, and you walk away. You have the hammer.
Yeah, that Courtney Shaw stone that's sitting on the button is going to be extremely difficult to remove. Your risk reward for moving that back is the risk is way high.
Yep.
Last stone for Rob Cleese
Easy there.
here in the 6th end. Important shot. It needs to be full 8 here.
Wow, and they're pounding.
It got out pretty wide. I think they're there.
It looks good. It looks fine.
They are really working the stone
Oh,
hard,
that's a nice shot.
and that's going to be full 8.
Yeah, that's
and
a good
that's a very
good
nice pressure
shot.
draw.
Yeah.
You know, he only needed 8 foot, and you say, well, yeah, you only need 8 foot,
Yeah,
but
but
he's drawing against 5 there. That has to be on his mind a little bit, but nicely done. I think that's the right call. He took his medicine. They got a little behind the 8 ball there with those 2 guards they left for themselves.
Right.
And recovered nicely. So a steal of 1 for Courtney Shaw. It gives her a 2-point lead after 6.
Still anybody's game.
Cleese retains the hammer. Just needs a deuce here in the 7th, and then it's anybody's game coming home. With the 2-point lead, Shaw's calling 1 in the house. That's going to force Cleese to, he'll have to force the action to get his deuce. He'll have to throw a corner guard.
Paige's weight has been on all day.
Yeah, perfectly placed.
Yep. Wherever Courtney has asked for the rock to be, it has ended up there. Rob's ignoring that rock.
They're going to throw a corner guard here.
Yes, they did shake on sheet 4.
Yep, sheet 4 looks like a final. 7-2. Hamilton of Rochester over Fournier of Broomstones, and that's a final.
A little bit wide. For
Drifted a bit wide, but
yeah,
still a
it's
corner.
guard. Yep.
Something to use.
Kevin to come behind that, looks like.
I think she's just guarding up, isn't she? Guarding shot stone?
I didn't see the call. Yeah, I think you may
They're
be
just
right.
throwing a guard.
Yeah.
They're sitting almost top 4. They're sitting a solid top 8. And they're going to throw a guard over that shot rock, and game on. Sweeping this for line to get some coverage. They're going to bring this in the process, I think. And that's going to be frozen to shot rock. Shot lies 2.
Wants her to come with some weight.
They're going to move these rocks.
She slid a bit
And this
wide.
is a little way out.
Coming back a little bit. She's gonna.
That came back a long way. I'm quite surprised.
Yep.
That's
Well,
not
that's
actually a bad shot.
Yeah.
They rolled a shooter on the rings. I like
Right.
throwing hack weight at that shot. I'd like to push the back one, although back to the back 12. If they'd come up a little more, that would have worked out. You don't need to throw a lot of weight in that spot, but they move those rocks around. And Courtney's not going to have anything with yellow rocks in the ring. She's going to go right after the rock that was just thrown. The 2-point lead, there's no reason to leave any of Rob's rocks in play. Yeah, they are going to hit and roll out on this, though, and so that gives Rob an opportunity. Need to tap some of these rocks to the back of the rings.
Now he's looking for a double here.
He's looking for the big double.
Yeah. I think you want your stone to stay around, so.
Yeah, you do want to stay around here. You don't want to hit and roll out. Should be possible to remove one blue rock here. You might jam one into the other and then roll your shooter behind that wide corner.
Hard to tell. Feeling for sweep.
Still on the outside of the rock here.
See what we get.
It's maybe a little wide. I think it's going to jam solid. Yep. Did remove one rock from play.
Courtney's going to guard that up.
And that rock is sitting top 4, top button. And I think they're just going to flip a guard on top of that.
It's a bit wide and heavy. Oh, tell him to stay right off it. Here it comes. Actually, it's going to be right down to it, I think. Actually, very nice shot. Oh, wrong camera angle, people. Sorry about that.
Well-placed guard.
Yeah, very nice.
Rob's looking to play on shot rock here, and from our camera angle, we can see maybe a third of a rock.
But he's looking for a kind of a lightweight.
Looking for a hack weight come around.
Yeah.
I think if you play a shot here or a soft shot, I would like to freeze.
Yeah, keep one.
Then you peel the front one
guard
later.
and tap back. Got to be wide enough. Ooh, this looks narrow. This looks They're holding it, but they're holding it.
It's going to be on the guard, I think.
Oh yeah, I think he shouldn't have had him
Open
come
it up. And that yellow rock just spins back on the rings.
Right. I think
But Courtney's sitting 2. And I think they can just, now that they're sitting 2, they can certainly guard without even thinking twice.
Just gonna come back. Here it comes. Slow. A little heavy. Ooh, I could have tucked it behind.
Well, if you want to, I think you freeze on those 2 stones.
Yeah, I think so. But he's calling for a hit. Yep.
Looks like he's going for the hit and roll here. Peggy O'Connor with the shot. Calling for sweep right away.
We're holding it very nicely. See what they're going to get.
Pretty lightweight. They're going to have to sweep this all the way to
Right.
catch a rock. Looks like they're going to hit the one on the left.
And flip back.
If they could roll in front of the other one, that would be fine.
And that's exactly what they did.
And that's a good spot.
Yep. Nice shot.
So almost the same as freezing there. They remove one rock and position a rock over shot. But I think Courtney can blast both of these out. Right on the nose. And she'll sit 2. Hit the yellow rock here. This one goes. This one goes. This might even catch this one on the way out. Angle looks like it may just catch that rock on the way out.
Update on sheet 6. After 7, it's Brenda Citrinity's team 6, Jim Rischel's 2. They're playing the
last end.
Yeah.
Mills for Broomstones has scored 1 to bring that game back to 6-3 over on sheet 1, E-final, after 5 ends of play.
They're calling.
This is on the wide side, not bad. They might just chip this over the top. And jammed on the back and got rid of both.
Yeah. Well, that's what we call a good miss.
Indeed. Well, it was actually a nice clean shot.
It was a nice clean
hardly
shot.
a miss.
Yeah. Maybe the shot you wanted to call, but you didn't know you were going to be able to make it.
Right. Pretty much cleaned out the house. The only 2 stones left in the house are Courtney Shaw's. She's sitting 2. after that fine. He just picked it clean, really, and then took out the biter at the same time.
Rob's looking for a takeout.
So he may be resigned to scoring one here unless he can get a good roll behind the corner.
This is a nice weight. If it comes in, once it crosses that line, it should, there you go. They're just going to take this one out.
Yeah, it looks like Rob might just be resigned to take his one here and try to steal the last end to get into an extra.
A little push on that, I thought. Can't tell from back here, though. Apparently.
Well, the kilt blocks a view of everything,
yep.
So it's that's right on the nose.
Yeah.
Well, unless somebody can roll behind the corner here, we're setting up for
exactly
a
what he's
force.
calling.
Yep. Yang has scored one, and the sixth to go ahead 7-3 over Broomstones. Mills. That's on our E final on sheet one. Back to our feature game. Rob Cleese with his first, going for the long hit and roll.
Nice clean release there.
This one's curling early. Might have turned it over.
Uh-oh. He's got to catch a piece of this.
I'm not sure. Just enough. Is that going to jam in the back? Just out. Just got a piece. I'm not quite sure why they came up on that. And, Rob called them off at one point. Just got enough. Courtney just needs to throw one in for second rock here. Set 1 and 2. And that will force Robin to draw for one. Or a hit for one.
Sweepers think it's fine.
They're just watching it.
Might be a little deep. Ooh. Well.
That'll go back for a couple choices here. You can either draw to that or hit. They know this line pretty well.
Yeah.
I think hit and stick is pretty familiar to them by this stage of the game.
Yeah, sweep it straight, get it over.
Rob Cleese, last shot, 7th end.
They're sweeping.
They're going on this one early, too. This is very light.
Looks like half one.
They're holding it.
Uh-oh.
Got a good piece.
Yeah, that's good.
That should hang around for shot rock. Nicely done.
Yep.
Sweepers worked that pretty hard. And that's a score of 1. After 7, 7-6, Courtney Shaw over Rob Cleese. Last end coming up. Shaw's going to have the hammer in the extra, the last end here.
Rob's going to be playing for.
Rob has to go all out for a steal here.
Yeah.
So Courtney's going to be up one, coming home with here in the 8th end. Standard plan here to steal the last end is you need 2 center guards, 1 high, 1 low. Use that free guard zone while you have the chance. First guard attempt going up now. Don't want to be in here. And this looks really strong.
Yeah. Rob's yelling, whoa. That's it. They went on it quickly.
Yeah, they jumped that right away.
They jumped that right away, and actually I think the weight was
probably fine.
Yeah.
So now that that's slipped in the rings, Courtney can hit that. That's not in the free guard zone.
She's asking for the other turn.
And I think no matter what happens here, Rob's got to throw another guard.
Well, and this is not a lot of ice for this turn, Roger.
They're coming out with a lot of weight here.
And she's got it.
That's going to roll out, which is just fine. Okay, Rob's got to get another guard up. Rob still has a chance to throw 2 guards here. He's got 1 more shot here in the free guard zone. We'll get some sort of shot call from Courtney Shaw. Don't know if they'll come into the house or if they'll try to come around, but no matter what they do, I think then Rob throws a second guard.
Right.
Then the Peel Fest should begin after that. Yeah. And this one also looks strong.
Mm-hmm. Rob indicating where he thinks it's going to end up.
And 2 key misses by the lead.
Same weight on that one. Yeah, she set it out a bit.
Courtney's going to try to take this stone out, and this one looks like it might be over curling as well. They're going to catch just a piece of the rock, and that'll get the job done. That'll hit and roll out.
Yep.
Well, guard's got to go back, but this one can be peeled, so free guard zone is expired, so Rob's going to have to keep throwing guards here, and he's got to hope for a nose hit or a miss. And now we have a nice guard.
Yeah, nice.
Courtney's going to peel that immediately. In our D final on sheet 5, it's all tied up, 5-5. Coming home, Rob Williams at Rochester versus Beck, Philadelphia, knotted up at 5.
And it looks like in the F final, it was Utica 4 over Utica 3, Brenda Citroniti over Jim Rischel.
And that's a final.
Oh, could be a little light for.
This is fine. As long as they contact the rock. I don't know if they
I
threw it
don't
out a
think
little wide.
they threw it wide.
Yeah, and there's the miss that Rob needed. Now he's got a center guard in place. Needs
There's
another one.
Yep, he's going to put another one right back.
I would stack one high. If you stagger them, they're easier to double off. But you definitely need 2 guards here.
Line's good.
This is not going to be a guard.
He says that it's hot.
This is not going to be a guard. This is
he's yelling hot. This could be through. Well, I think it's going to stick around, but Courtney's sweeping hard.
They really should peel that guard.
Right. Well, that's what she's calling for. Peel.
Courtney asking her team if they want to peel or draw, and they unanimously said peel, which is the correct call.
A little narrow. Pinched it a little bit.
This one's tight. They could cross over and still make the peel. Courtney's coming up on the sweep to get the crossover. Nice adjustments. Need to roll that shooter away, and nicely done.
Nicely done.
Nice adjustment on a little bit of a narrow release.
And Rob's calling for the guard again.
And Rob needs to have the guard back to try to steal this end. The rock on the back 12 is not a very good rock to steal this end. Needs to have a rock somewhere above T-line. Under cover. So this is not so much to guard the rock that he has, but to prepare to put something on the top 4. And this one's coming in D2, I think.
Great draw to the button.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they really need something up front.
Right.
At least if you're up front, if they nose the rock, you still have a guard. If they nose this rock, you have to make some sort of play on it. Probably have to freeze.
You hit this just slightly. Well, if you hit this nose, you might actually spill both.
I don't think Courtney would be too worried about the rock in the back 12.
Nope. Why did she pushed it out? It's going to jam
Main thing
here.
is to get rid of this. That's going to go over the top. And the house is clean. Save that lone yellow rock in the back 12. So Rob just has to see if he can get another guard up. 3 stones to go. Rob needs a guard, a miss, or a nose hit. So first get the guard and then get a miss or a nose hit out of the Shaw team. And then draw around to the 4. This looks like guard weight. Trying to get this over to the center line area.
That's a nice shot.
And this looks like a nice tight guard. That's the guard they were looking for.
Yep.
And we're going to see a peel out of Courtney Shaw. No, she's coming around.
Peel. She has last shot.
Peel's definitely the call.
Yeah.
I think they're discussing which turn to throw here, and by throwing the out turn, if they're just a hair wide, they'll clip
Pull
shot
it
rock
back.
out of the ring, so
Right.
that's kind of a bonus miss. Not a bad idea.
Well, they do want to peel here. They don't want to replace.
You definitely
Doesn't
don't want to
wanna
nose
cross
this
the track,
rock. Yeah,
right.
you need to hit and roll your shooter away. This is Courtney's last. Shooting third rocks. Just looking for a straight peel here.
Oh,
Looks good. So break hard over the center line.
and there she's got her peel.
And nicely done. Through plenty of weight, so that if you just contact the rock, both rocks leave the sheet. And Rob's looking to throw. I mean, the free guard zone is gone. He's looking to
Right,
throw a
so
rock
on
in the
the
top
top
12
12.
here, so that if he hit it, it's not shot. Put him 2 in the house. It's basically a guard that he can use later.
Well, over on sheet 2, Utica 5 is clawing their way back in.
Yeah, they've kind of been stealing Utica 2 to death. So now the game is tightened up. It's 8-6 going into the last end. So that game is within reach going into the last end. Okay, Rob Cleese with a draw here. Looking to go just tight to the rings or top 12.
They're really pounding it.
And I think this is going to be fine.
Nice sweeping.
He needs something to hide behind, and that's going to be just a fine rock. Now they're talking about which rock to remove.
Do not want to draw.
I think they need to peel.
Well, I think they need to take that top rock out still.
They're concerned with the rock in the back 12.
With last rock, leave that and peel the top one. You can always.
Yeah, I agree. I think you peel the top one, and you know, Rob draws somewhere, and you either have to hit or outdraw his stones to win the game. You take the back one off, Rob's just going to draw around the guard he just threw. He's going to ignore this rock in the back of the rings.
Well.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yep, there's a little biter.
I don't know if that's on the rings. That's their insurance rock.
Right.
Rob's job here is
Just to draw behind that yellow.
draw behind the guard he just threw.
Yep. That's why you remove that guard.
Yeah, I agree. That's the danger rock. The one in the back 12 I wouldn't be too concerned with. Both these teams been shooting very soundly. I just wouldn't expect that rock in the back 12 to score. You can draw to it, or you can hit.
Right. Well, Philadelphia's sitting top 4. Rochester's got their last rock. Top 4 guarded. Got to be in. Looks like a nice weight. And we know it curls. If you throw the
Sweepers
right.
are on and off here.
It's a nice
Sweepers are
shot.
on and off. Just not going to get a lot of finish here. Might have
Boy.
taken just a hair more ice than it needed. This is going to be shot rock, but it is going to be wide open. So fourth, Brian Breen has an open hit here to win the game. Doesn't have to stay in, just got to be careful of the jam in the back, because I believe they have the biter in the back 12. Just need to remove this rock.
Oh, she's calling right away.
A little bit of an inside-out delivery. Oh, and it picked.
Oh, no.
That rock picked. That was very unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. What a way to end the game.
Yeah. Well, it's not ended. We got one. We're going an extra end.
Yeah, we're going to go to an extra here.
end.
Well, bonus curling here. Very unfortunate last stone. That looked like that shot was made. We're going to go to a ninth here. We're 7-7 after 8.
That's a tough way to.
That's a tough way. That looked like that was
a made shot. That's why you clean on the way down on those shots.
I mean, it just took off, too.
Right.
Had plenty of weight. All right, teams have to regroup here. Do it again.
Just get it out of your head. You got to get it out of your head.
Courtney has the hammer.
Yep.
In the extra end.
Yep. Well, stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Yes, it does. It doesn't.
Well, we were talking about this earlier. You know, you're always one pick away
when
you leave stones in the house. And very unfortunate turn of events there for Courtney. But we have to saddle up and do it again. Bonus curling here at the Utica Curling Club. Finals of the Kayser Bonspiel. Rob Cleese of Schenectady against Courtney Shaw of Potomac. We're all knotted up 7-7 in an extra end.
Well, Philadelphia pulled off a steal. And the final winners.
6-5. Beck over Williams.
Yeah, the pick is every curler's worst nightmare. That and drawing against 8.
All right, and
there's nice.
Cleese gets a guard here. It overcurled a bit, but at least it's not in the house. Last end, they were a little bit behind the 8 ball. So they threw their first 2 guards in the house.
That's why you're patient.
It's like Courtney was calling Stone around that corner guard, but was quite a bit wide. This is going to go back house.
Oh.
We'll see if the Shaw team can regroup here. Tough break in the 8th end with the last rock picking. Both teams have curled well. Shaw team has to pick it up here, and they do have the hammer and the extra.
We got 2
And this,
guards.
this center guard attempt is also over curling.
They're going to get a little.
So they do have a couple guards in play here, but 4 foot is still wide open, so they're going to have to throw some more guards before this end is over, I think. Courtney's going to go wide here. Try to want to draw play around away from the center.
Right. Draw the other side of the house and then try to remove those guards. As you can hear, I don't want a guard. That's exactly what.
And this looks fine. That's a little behind tee. Rob wants to come around now, around those corners. I think I would like a tight center guard here.
Yeah. You want to junk up that front.
Now, Courtney can still see most of the 4 foot and all the button area. Don't need to come in yet. A lot of stones to play.
And we know this bend's hard.
Looks like it is definitely cutting hard now. Rob's calling him on.
Rob's going to get that tight center guard that you wanted, Roger.
Yep, I think so, and I actually like the spot for this rock. Courtney will have to remove that now because of those 2 rocks in the back of the house. This is no gimme. Lots of possible jams. They definitely want to hit the outside of this stone on the high side. Hit a little bit nose or low side, there's a jam possible.
Maybe let it go, and she's calling.
She's sweeping
really
to hold this on the outside, coming up hard. They're just going to catch this on the outside, and that's going to be fine. A lot of rocks in play now. They would have liked to have hit that a little further out on the rock to roll the shooter away, so they unfortunately leave the guard for Rob Cleese
and he's going to try to
come around, and he's going to try to use that guard and set up a jam against Courtney's rock in the back 8.
This looks like nice weight.
Got plenty of room by the guard, it looks like.
Oh, it's heavy. But he's going to come right and rest down right in the...
Is that going to stop? That is going to stop for shot rock, but it's fully exposed. Sheet 1, our E final, Yang is up 8-3 in 7. Playing the 8-10 now.
Oh, it's hanging out.
They're going to pick this clean.
She's going to pick this clean. This is a nice shot.
Nicely done.
Yep.
So Rob can call the same shot here. They come around. They have a little more experience. Now they've seen a couple rocks.
Yep, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Down this line.
Oh! I think she hit her shoulder on the rock.
Had a little spill on sheet 2.
Looks like she hit her shoulder. They're talking about this. What do you think the discussion is?
Well, I think they're concerned with the rock in the back 8, but I think that's actually helping them.
Mm-hmm. Are they looking to?
I mean, they're looking at this. I think they're looking at the hit and roll here. Behind. That'll put them behind T-line. I'd almost rather use them for backing. I think I'd almost want to freeze on that stone.
That's what it. That looks like he might actually get that, Roger.
This looks like they're playing a freeze.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up a little light.
That is not what they wanted to do.
And again, here playing the extra end and a couple of games now off the sheets, 4 teams off the sheets. The ice might slow up just a little bit.
So what do you do now with, now you're sitting 1, 2, and maybe 3. You can't tell them.
Yeah, Courtney looks like she's sitting 3, 2 behind T-line, 1 kind of biting the top 12. The 4-foot area is a little choked off, though. She was initially looking at moving her rock on the top 12 out of the way to get a better look at the 4-foot. Certainly more rocks in play here than you would like if you're Courtney Shaw.
Right. And it looks like Utica 2, Dave Mitchell's team, took the B medal.
And that's a final.
Mm-hmm, yep.
8-6.
And it looks like Ardsley is going to take the E event.
They're well in control.
Yeah.
8-3 playing the 8th end. I think Courtney may be drawing in here.
No, it's looking a little. Could you chip? I would have whipped off that one.
It's actually going to wreck on the guard. And that's plugged up the 4-foot even more. So Rob's got a nice draw.
Yeah, he does.
Around to the 4-foot. Well, it's a couple jams in the back. I think I like Courtney's first instinct there is to remove her rock on the top 12, at least split it out of the way.
Keep it open.
4-foot's now getting a little clogged up.
This weight looks good.
Rob is asking Peggy O'Connor to throw a draw here around to the 4-foot. This will bend hard.
And yep. And
Rob's got on it early. He's got on it early. They're up and down.
This looks nice. This looks beautiful. Although it's not burying.
Not as much finish as they would like here. And that's going to be in the open again. It might have been sweeping for the little feather off that yellow to redirect the stone underneath a little more. This is a little tricky shot here. The rock is fully exposed, but there is a jam in the back.
Right.
I don't think that jam will result in it being shot rock. I think Courtney's rock over on the side of the 8-foot. So this one out here is going to be shot, even if we get a jam there.
Yeah, you can't see from that angle.
Could get a little hit and roll under here. That would take off a lot of pressure.
Well, it depends on what team you are. Take a lot of pressure off Team Potomac, but a little bit more on Rob, please. Here comes Courtney's second shot. And he's calling. He's calling for this. She's calling him off. Oh, and he got the jam.
Did get the jam in the back.
Well, it's looking to.
And this rock's accessible.
And he's coming at it the other way.
Yeah, you got to come inside out here.
Right.
There's really no easy outside in line on this rock. It's almost edge on edge with that yellow corner guard. So Rob is looking to play maybe something soft weight.
Oh, sorry. I'll go back to the other view for you.
Other view, please.
Sure.
There we go. And roll underneath.
Well, and he's made a couple of those soft weight ticks this tournament.
Not taking much ice here. We know that this curls very hard here. If you do hit this thick,
well,
you could roll all the way over to the shot rock
rock
on the back
yeah.
8. So a couple different options here. This is curling very hard. They're going to have to go quickly.
Nice.
They're going to have to go. Just really needed to be on that all the way.
Right, right.
Nicely thrown shot. We've seen this line several times. It curls very hard, even with weight. Didn't quite get the roll. Take our long camera view. We might be able to get a good view of what's... there we go. Nose hits a dead jam. But again, I don't think it's for shot. So Courtney's looking to pick this clean through the hole, maybe. Want to send it out that way. Try to get a roll underneath. That's what they're trying to do. Here comes the shot.
Oh, and she's calling right away. They're dragging it out. Ooh, it's curling hard.
Looks like they're going to get the inside roll. The question is, are they going to stay?
No.
Rolled a little wide. So Rob still has a chance to throw a draw here. Needs to just about touch the 4-foot to be shot. Been down this line several times.
Well, it does have that little tick off the yellow, too.
I don't think he's even looking at coming off his guard. I think this is a straight draw.
Now nobody's on the ice but these two teams, so...
2 rocks to go.
They're sweeping from the get-go. It looks good.
Going for line and weight here.
No, it's not light. This is a great shot.
If they get it by, it's going to be in the open, I think. It is going to be shot rock. It's pretty much in the same place they just left it. So we have pretty much the same setup we had last end. We have an open hit here. Don't have to stay. Can hit and roll out.
Brian just made this shot last end.
4th Brian Breen. Just needs to chip this out.
Cleaning his rock very well.
They just played this this shot previously. Brian's first shot was right down the same line. And it's the last rock.
Ooh, he set it out. He set it out. He set it out.
Put plenty of
no,
mustard
no.
on this.
He set it out.
Oh my God.
And that's going to
Good
wreck
luck,
off the
the
guard. Oh, that's too bad.
That's too bad.
And Rob Cleese escapes to earn the Kayser medal
Yeah.
for 2013 over Team Shaw. Very unfortunate. They played an absolutely great game.
Yep. Well,
8-7. Well, thank you all for tuning in.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed the game. We'll be signing off for now. And look for future broadcasts from us on the Utica Curling Club channel. You can find our link on the Utica Curling Club website.